So when you guys are doing this piece, if you have that chicken wing in the follow through, boom, this way, no arm rotation. You wanna go that way. So elbow down, palm up. Elbow down, palm up. The club face is gonna look like it's really closed in the beginning because there's no hit and there's no body rotation, but that's gonna have the ball not going to the left. Now, how much do you do that? You do it to the point where your ball flight goes straight. If you're someone who slices it 20 yards to the left, do a lot of it, and if you do that and it overdraws, right? It goes from 20-yard slice to a 20-yard hook to the right, just dial the volume down a little bit. But arm rotations, yeah, good. That's perfect. Talk to me.
I've never done that before.
That was good. That ball flight pattern with like a little bit of a draw that starts more down the middle, but that kind of ball flight pattern, that would be like our ideal. That's how it should look. You're normal when you come through. We're just looking at some follow through shaft stuff. Your normal when you come through is there with the arm.
Yeah,
so
pointed behind.
Exactly.
Yeah. Where
the right arm's pointed this way, whereas I feel like it's pointed more down. That will immediately make the ball not fade to the left. Just that piece. Yeah, that a baby, perfect. Oh, dude, come on. How fucking good is that?
That felt good.
That is like a high bomb, probably a 2-yard draw down the left side of the fairway. We'd like to thank Element for sponsoring today's video. To perform at your physical best every single day, proper hydration is key. Element is a fantastic on-the-go solution for beating dehydration. When we're dehydrated, we start to lose concentration, have mood swings, possibly even headaches, which all lead to poor physical performance. This is the last thing you need when you have a great round going and you have 4 holes to play. Drinking water and using a regular electrolyte replacement needs to be a part of your regular golfing preparation. Element is a tasty electrolyte drink mix, and it's formulated to help anyone with their electrolyte needs. It contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio, 1,000 milligrams sodium, 200 milligrams potassium, 60 milligrams magnesium, no sugar, no coloring, no artificial ingredients, no gluten, no fillers, no BS. Right now, Element is offering my viewers a free sample pack with any order. This is an awesome way to try all 8 flavors or share Element with a friend. You can get yours at drinkelement.com/ecgolf, and the deal is only available through this link. If you're someone who's trying to improve your performance on the course, you cannot neglect how important it is to replenish your electrolytes. How's your driver?
I don't usually hit it. Okay. Just three wood.
Okay. What happens with your driver when it's bad?
Just big banana slice, 3 holes over.
Okay. So maybe we might need to focus on that.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be able to hit your driver. Got to be able to hit the driver, bro.
I have enough speed that I can usually get away hitting a 3-wood most of the time, but not like that goes straight either.
So this on the course would tend to fade too much.
Yeah.
So you're gonna hit a low hook here?
Yeah, of course. I'm not going to cooperate.
Do your normal on course swing. There we go. There we go.
Road?
Well, you're on. Call your shots, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk driver for a second, kind of general, right? So when you're trying to hit your driver, obviously the goal is like hit it as far as possible with a predictable pattern. So for me with my driver, I like to hit a fade. So I can hit it with my speed, like let's say 300-ish. I think your club head speed you should be able to hit that far with no problem. Let's say like that 250 over there. Let's say that's like the left edge of the fairway and the right edge is like the middle part of that kind of big thing of wood down there. So something in like that as a fairway. I'm picking a fairway grid. So when I'm picking a fairway grid, I'm always cutting half the fairway in half. I'm looking at where I want to launch it and where I want to curve it. So what I mean by that, let's just do the 200 in the block of wood to keep it simple. If I put this kind of down the middle of the fairway, let's say that you normally hit a ball that fades this way, and we want to learn how to hit a ball that draws. That means we need to be able to launch the ball on the left half of the fairway, and then it would curve to the right some amount, right? So for me, it's the same with a fade. I launch on the left half of the fairway, fade some out to the right. So like with you intention-wise, if you take your setup from here, and you were looking out there and we kind of have that fairway grid and we said, okay, you need to feel like you launch that ball in like this window, right? To you, to your eyes, that should look quite a bit to the left compared to normal.
Yeah.
Looks like kind of way out to left field.
Right.
Now, without hitting, please, if you were to gently move the club during the downswing, without hitting the ball, you can just swing over it. Where and how do you think you would need to swing that club to launch the ball at me?
So more out to this way.
More out to that way. Now, what about if I had to launch it towards me, but then it also had to curve this way?
So I would come in this way, and I would think more about my wrist, keeping my wrist conditions like this to close the face to the path.
Exactly. Now, do you do that on the course ever?
No, because I'm so scared of hitting it left that I kind of just aim down the middle and hope for the best.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it's either a big slice or I overcompensate and pull hook. So.
Got it. I'd like to see you do a couple where your first intention is to launch it in this window and then have it curve it on this side.
Okay.
So a successful rep here would be any shot that launches here and curves to the right, whether it curves 1 yard or 100, even if you snap it off the planet. Let's just get that pattern, right?
Okay.
And I want to see what you do with that first before I start to add any more thoughts. So before you hit, the only rule here is I want you to look up here and imagine the ball is launching here and curving that way. Okay. With exactly what you said. That ball flight for you, keep your hands on the club. That club for you is going to need to feel like it's definitely more in this territory. Okay, it's a little exaggerated, but that's the sensation.
Okay.
So launching left, curving right, attempt number 1. So you're looking left of that stick.
Yep.
Atta baby.
Ah.
Okay, so that was probably down the left edge of the fairway. It didn't draw back.
Right.
It was easily the best shot you hit out of the 3. And it would actually be a pretty playable ball pattern, right?
Didn't have the draw spin though.
Didn't have the draw spin, but you probably hit that 280 down the left center of the fairway. And so if no one knew what you were trying to do, you knew you were trying to do that, and you hit that, everyone would be like, wow,
yeah,
that was a good drive, yeah? Which we'll see, it's a small sample set, which tells me, and usually this will be what happens, like to fix your normal thing, and you already know this, you have to feel the opposite stuff. And you have to have intention of creating the opposite ball pattern just to find middle. So let's do that one more time. You put your hands on the club. I'm gonna give you a gentle awareness of the arms, hands, club going a bit more this way, and also allowing that club face to fully release, right? Because sometimes for you, you wanna kind of hold on to it a little bit.
Right.
I want you to let that fully go, and now in this direction. And then you're focused on it going in this window. Yep. Yeah, atta baby, good. So in the beginning, when you guys are trying to change a ball flight with a driver, you at least want to make sure, we did this with George a couple lessons ago, you want to make sure you have a very clear intention of where you're trying to go, macro, and then we can start to dig into some of the micro pieces. Ideally, it doesn't get any more complicated than this. You go play golf, you're just thinking about where you want to start and curve it. Usually you got to add some layers. Okay, so your arms, hands, club are feeling that follow through piece, your eyes are launching left of that stick. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so that started pretty straight and then curved too far to the right, right? Okay, let's do one more with the same thing. Just want you to have a general awareness. It's not gonna be this simple, but to start the process. I'm just gonna say it's setup. If you could take your shoulders, I feel like you close them, point that at baby. Yeah, exactly. Good, so you feel like, whoa, I feel closed.
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. That club head and arms and hands are going that way. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. That was ripped. That looked a little bit like mine. When a ball curves to the left, we know that the club face is too open, right? So like the main reason your ball goes to the left, go ahead and take your setup. The main reason your ball goes to the left isn't because you swing left. It's because you hold the club face open, right? Yeah. Whereas if you kept your swing direction going left, but you allowed the club face to naturally rotate, which would be this natural rotation, this whole arm can naturally rotate, or that whole thing. Yeah, your normal thing is this way.
Yeah.
Chicken wing.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas to fix that, you would feel like when you come through, this is exaggerated.
Right, right.
If I had a natural rotation of your arm, your elbow would point down towards the ground like this, right? And your glove logo would point down towards the ground. So let's take your left hand off, keep your right hand on. When you come through impact and your arm would just naturally rotate, this would be more natural rotation. Okay. Right. If I took a club, let me borrow this, and I just had natural lead arm rotation, it would look like this. If you watch guys on a tee that are really good players, they'd go like this.
Right.
This would just be like normal arm. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that would be like all arm rotation, supination of your lead arm is what it's called. Bingo, exactly. Whereas what you do is you keep that Callaway logo up towards the sky. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to fix that chicken wing, to fix this, look, which when you do that, let's do that. Do the bad chicken wing. When you do that motion, your club face is wide open.
Right.
And then when you do the correct way, which is this would allow that to fold. Exactly. Take your normal setup. And you allow that to fold a little bit coming through. Normal arm rotation. Now that shuts the hell out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's way too shut.
And then if you trace it back to the ball, it's just that much more closed?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for you, it's not so much you're swinging in a certain direction. It's more how you manage the face, which is all through your lead arm rotation.
Okay.
You go this way.
Right.
Some players who close the face a lot, like a Victor Hovland, maybe sometimes a Jordan Spieth, they do that through the ball to like hold the face off.
Right.
Because it's already so closed. But you don't close it all that much early. It's just normal.
Right.
So you want to kind of open and close the door normal. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
And so what I'd be doing if I was you, every time you golf, is I'd have the club in my right arm. I'd make little, I'd make little half backswings like this. Go ahead and take your grip on. Let's go halfway back. Make little half backswings. Here the face is just neutral, right? You're neutral. And then you're allowing this arm to rotate. Yeah, bingo, exactly. That sort of feel.
Okay.
Now if you do that same thing, boom, 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 and then you just start to turn your body with it, it's going to look normal.
Right.
This is just taking out impact and body rotation.
Okay.
The face looks down towards the ground. Give me a couple little, so you can back up away from the ball. Give me a couple little right arm onlys like that. It'll feel kind of weird holding the club like that in the beginning. Yeah, exactly. If you want to never, dude, that little piece right there, literally this whole year golfing, I guarantee is like you're going to drive the ball so significantly better from just doing that one thing. Because that one thing controls club face angle, and club face angle is the only reason you slice it left.
Yeah.
The only main reason.
Makes
Everything
sense.
else is so secondary. So like, it's one of those things where it is that simple, not easy necessarily, but that's simple.
Right.
So when you go slice it, you should think, boom, my face is open. How do I fix that? Boom, arm rotation. Is there another way? Absolutely. But that's the main way.
Okay.
Arm rotation the whole way. So I would go lead arm only, boom. And you can reference elbow down. You can reference palm up. You could reference glove logo down. But it's less for you about the wrist that you mentioned. It's part of it. It's more the arm.
So I was just focused on the wrong thing, I guess.
Yeah, and it's just different ways to do the same thing.
Sure.
Different ways to do it. I think for you, because you do this so much, and your shoulder stays this way, chicken wing, internal rotation, you fix that by going external, which is just palm up. Elbow pit to the sky, palm up, boom, boom. Give me like 10 of those in a row, just for fun. So when you guys are doing this piece, if you have that chicken wing in the follow through, boom, this way, no arm rotation. You want to go that way. So elbow down, palm up. Elbow down, palm up. The club face is going to look like it's really closed in the beginning because there's no hit and there's no body rotation, but that's going to have the ball not going to the left. Now, how much do you do that? You do it to the point where your ball flight goes straight. If you're someone who slices it 20 yards to the left, do a lot of it, and if you do that and it overdraws, right? It goes from 20-yard slice to a 20-yard hook to the right, just dial the volume down a little bit. But arm rotation. So you feel that piece, yeah?
Yep.
Now, if we take that same thought, I'm going to take this stick here, and instead of having it so far out this way, let's just put it more where you're kind of starting it down the middle of the fairway.
Okay.
So we're feeling the same things we just did. And I think with that, instead of you hitting like kind of a big push, this will go more kind of just down the middle. Might take a ball or two, but you're still absolutely feeling this going this way, right? So I'm still
Out
having
this way, yeah.
just a little bit, but I'm adding the arm rotation to take care of the face, and I'm still looking like I'm trying to launch it, you know, right center of the fairway.
Okay.
Okay. And then when your brain, if you still curve it left, you have to just assume I didn't do that enough or soon enough. That won't be true 100% of the time, but probably 90% of the time.
Okay.
Just assume on every single one. So we're going to close the shoulders at setup. We're going to feel arm rotation, and we're launching it just left of that stick there. More close with the shoulders. That a baby. Yeah. Good. That's perfect. Talk to me.
I've never done that before.
That was good. That ball flight pattern with like a little bit of a draw that starts more down the middle. Also, I do kind of like the ball teeth slightly lower for you. But that kind of ball flight pattern, that would be like our ideal.
Right.
So you look at that and be like, okay, that was probably a 10-yard draw. So that was a correct amount. And just kind of assume that 1-to-1. Yeah, that a baby, perfect. Oh, dude, come on. How f***ing good is that?
That felt good.
That is like a high bomb, probably a 2-yard draw down the left side of the fairway. So this here, so this is where your shoulders are.
That's now?
That's now.
That doesn't even look closed.
Yeah.
It maybe a couple degrees open, if anything.
Your normal, this is like the befores. So if you look at relative to your feet line, if your feet are here, your shoulders are there.
Yeah, I see.
So you have to close them just to get to neutral. But like that on the way through is a normal amount of arm rotation. Like right to there. That's how it should look. You're normal when you come through. We're just looking at some follow through shaft stuff. Your normal when you come through is there with the arm.
Yeah,
so
pointed behind me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where the right arm's pointed this way, whereas I feel like it's pointed more down. That will immediately make the ball not fade to the left. Just that piece. Yeah, good. So show me just right arm only. Let's take this arm off and do a couple of those little half swings you were doing. Exactly. Yep. Keep going. Exactly. Perfect. Perfect. Do that again. So this should feel when you come through like this whole arm is rotated.
Elbow literally down.
Literally down.
Okay.
So for you, this feels like really exaggerated.
Yeah.
Right?
It just feels like I'm just
Exactly.
dumping it out, yeah.
Because you're so used to
Right.
that way. Yeah. It's just going to look normal. Do that same thing. So a little halfway back and then arm rotation through. Now just let your chest turn towards the camera on the way through when you do it. Exactly. Now that should feel less weird when you turn.
Right. It moves better, yeah.
Yeah. Put that other hand on, do the same thing. Yeah, perfect. That for you, when you go play this whole year, should be like the primary thought that reduces the fading.
Right.
And if you say to me, hey, Eric, well, I'm doing that and my ball's overdrawn now a little bit, I'd say just turn the volume down a little bit until you find middle. And then you'd be, well, like, isn't that more timing with it or whatever else? No. You right now are too open. You need that just to get to square neutral.
Right.
So for you, especially with the driver, I'm glad we did. I think your irons, we could do some stuff too, but like, I think you need to be able to hit your driver.
Yeah, I leave it in the bag.
Yeah, we got to get that out.
Yeah.
Shoulders closed, arm rotation with the idea that I'm trying to launch it down like the left center of the fairway. Exactly. Like what you're doing right there is just normal. That's not even like a lot of rotation. If I saw that, I'd be like, that looks normal, right? That looks normal.
The video you talk about is like what it looks like on video and what it feels like is apples and oranges.
Two completely different things. Now, you're not going to have to feel that for like your rest of your life.
Right.
But I would say for this summer, that's probably your primary swing thought for the whole year.
I'll feel whatever you want if it's a 2-yard draw down
If
the
it
middle.
looks like that, yeah.